My wife and her family wanted a divorce because I was poor. At the courthouse, I gave them the shock of their life when I revealed my true identity. I wash my wife's dirty lingerie. I pick up after her family eats. Why do I tolerate this humiliation despite being the richest man in the city?
Kevin, a late 20s handsome but looking ragged young man, spoke his words quietly to the man on the phone. Just then, he was interrupted by a cold voice screaming at him from down the hallway.
Kevin! Where are you?
I have to go.
Why don't you tell her that you are a billionaire?
I can't. I want to keep this a secret for now.
Kevin hung up the phone and walked inside the house. He turned to his mother-in-law, Dorothy, who was glaring at him.
So glad you could finally make it. These dishes aren't going to wash themselves.
Sorry, I'll get to it right away.
As Kevin did the dishes, he hears his wife, Lily, softly crying to her friend in the living room. He edges close to hear.
You what?
Shh.
Your company is in $4 million debt?
Yes. And if I don't repay in a week, we will have to file for bankruptcy.
Why don't you ask Kevin for help?
Get real, Rachel. My broke husband hasn't earned a penny in 3 years. He is trash, and we both know it.
Something clenches in Kevin's gut. He throws the dishes in the sink and strides to his bedroom. He closes the door before removing a black card out of his wallet.
It's been 2 years since I last touched this card.
Kevin picks up his phone and dials the VIP number on the back of the card.
Hello, Mr. William. Welcome to the VIP Card Private Customer Service. How can I help you?
Can you, tell me my bank balance?
Of course. A moment, sir.
It was quiet on the other side for a while, but then the woman on the other side of the phone replied in confusion.
Mr. William, I can't believe what I'm seeing. Your balance is...
What? I'm sorry, did you say that my balance has more numbers than your computer can handle?
Yes. I didn't know that this was even possible. I've worked this job for over 10 years, and this is the first time that I've ever had this happen. Mr. Williams, I think it's safe to say that you are the richest man in Chicago.
Kevin hung up the phone and put it in his pocket.
Yes!
Kevin opened the door and saw Rachel, who overheard the conversation.
Lily, did you hear that? Your husband just called to check the bank balance. So pathetic.
Kevin rolled his eyes, but Rachel didn't see that. He then talked to Lily, who was finishing her wine and was terribly sad.
I didn't mean to eavesdrop earlier, but I heard you mention that your company urgently needs $4 million or else it will go bankrupt. I can help you solve this problem.
You help Lily solve a problem? Ha! Kevin, I think you are crazy. She needs $4 million, not 4 million IOUs. You have been living off your wife for the last 2 years. Don't pretend like you're some big hero now, when in reality, you're just offering her empty promises. We all know that there is no way that you would ever be able to give her $4 million.
Oh, so you don't believe me?
Kevin turned to Rachel to look straight into her eyes.
Remember this moment, because it's going to feel really good for me to tell you I told you so.
I don't appreciate you both laughing at the fact that my company is about to go under. This isn't some competition between the two of you. These are people's lives that you're joking about. And it's my responsibility to save them. So Kevin, as much as I would love for you to pay the $4 million, we both know that that's impossible since you haven't been able to hold down a permanent job since we got married. And Rachel, I love you, but you're not being helpful right now. I should go to bed. It's going to be a long, painful day tomorrow. I need to get some rest.
Without saying goodbye, Lily held back her exhausted tears as she went to the bedroom at the back of the house. Kevin pursed his lips.
Okay.
That night, Kevin could tell that Lily wanted to be alone, so he slept on the couch, hoping to give her space. As he lay on the couch, he couldn't stop thinking about the conversation that he had had with his bank.
Am I really the richest person in Chicago? If that's true, then I can finally be the man that I was when I first met Lily. She has taken care of me these past few years, and now it's my turn to take care of her. Things are going to be different from this moment forward.
Minutes later, they arrived at the company's entrance at a record time. Lily smiled as she let go of Kevin's waist.
I can't believe how fast you got me here. Maybe I should have let you drive me to work months ago.
Just as Kevin was about to respond, he was interrupted by the sound of a car parking next to them. Turning to their right, both Kevin and Lily saw a brand new BMW i8 pull up beside Kevin's old motorbike. The door opened and a tall man in a tailored suit stepped out of the car.
Hi, Bradley.
Ignoring Kevin's presence, Bradley stepped forward and hugged Lily.
Good morning, Lil. It's so good to see you.
Bradley Smith then turned to Kevin and laughed.
Lily, did you order the world's crappiest Uber or what? If you needed a ride, I could have driven you. That motorbike is pathetic. No offense.
I'm not her Uber driver. I'm actually her husband.
Seeing Bradley's shocked face, Kevin smirked as he reached his hand forward.
I'm Kevin. It's nice to meet you.
Reaching his manicured hand towards Kevin's, Bradley replied,
So this is the famous Kevin. I've heard so much about you. You know Rachel, Lily's best friend. Well, she does the best impression of you. It's so nice to put a face with your, name. And Kev, you're exactly what I expected.
Bradley, that's out of line.
Of course, I was just messing with you. You can take a joke, can't you, Kevin?
I can when they're funny.
Ah, touché. Lily, I'm so glad that I bumped into you this morning. I've heard about everything going on, and my heart aches for you. So I brought you a little pick-me-up.
Bradley went back to his car, opened the trunk, and took out a stunning, rectangular gift box. With a snake-like smile, Bradley handed the box to Lily.
Take a look. Do you like it?
Lily opened the box and gasped in shock.
Oh my goodness. This is the most beautiful necklace that I have ever seen. Bradley, you shouldn't have. This is much too extravagant of a gift.
I knew you would like it.
Kevin felt his chest tighten. He was thinking about the plan to deal with Bradley.
I am going to help save Lily's company, but first things first, I need to handle Bradley. He's up to no good, and it's my job to stop him.
A beautiful woman deserves a beautiful necklace. Ain't that right, Kevin?
Kevin leaned forward and pursed his lips as he saw the necklace that Bradley had gifted his wife, Lily.
You threw it on the ground on purpose. That necklace was for Lily. Why would you do that to her?
At that moment, Kevin turned around to see several of Lily's coworkers crowding around them, all whispering to each other.
I know. I don't know why she married him. She could do so much better.
Lily took a deep breath, nervous that everyone was staring at the three of them.
I'm sure that it was an accident, wasn't it, Kevin?
Kevin's face turned red in anger.
I'm sorry that it happened. Lily, you deserve the real thing, not just some fake copy of it from a douche like Bradley.
Seeing the employees gossiping to one another, Lily stepped forward and whispered into Kevin's ear.
Kevin, please apologize to Bradley. We're at my job, and I have a lot going on today. Even even if it was an accident, you need to apologize to Bradley because this is my work. It's important to me. I can't have drama like this happen, especially not this week.
Kevin slowly nodded and turned to Bradley.
I'm sorry that I dropped the necklace that you got from my wife.
Thank you.
Lily makes a few steps forward.
I'm already running so late. I have to go. But thank you both. I'll talk to you soon.
After Lily got into the elevator, Kevin bent down, picked the necklace up, and tossed it to Bradley. In shock, Bradley reached for the necklace but missed. This time when it fell, a fake diamond popped out onto the ground. Kevin turned around and began walking towards his motorbike as he heard Bradley's anger roar from behind him.
Stop! I know you can hear me. I command you to stop.
Bradley chased Kevin.
This necklace is worth more money than you could ever imagine, and you broke it. How do you expect to fix the damage? Poor Lily, you just won't let her have anything nice, will you?
Kevin turned around and looked at Bradley with an expressionless face.
1, Lily is my wife. You better stay away from her.
Kevin calmly climbed onto his motorbike.
2, it's my job to give gifts to my wife. So tonight, I'll give her the real dream lover. She deserves more than a knockoff, and she deserves it from her husband, not you.
Kevin made a short pause, then looked at Bradley and smirked.
3rd, move. You're blocking the exit.
Bradley furiously watched Kevin drive away.
Nice try, idiot! You can't even afford a car. How do you expect to buy the dream lover? You're such a loser.
Bradley bent over and picked up a rock off the ground. He threw it with all of his might and hit the back of Kevin's motorbike. Bradley gave himself a self-satisfied smile as Kevin drove away, unaware that his light was smashed. A couple of Lily's coworkers took out their cell phones and snuck photos of Kevin's broken motorbike as he drove away. What Lily didn't know was that Kevin had just arrived at the Golden Domain, also known as the most luxurious neighborhood in Chicago. Kevin sits on a familiar couch in his grandfather's foyer. Standing on the opposite side of the room, Kevin's uncle, Thomas, takes a deep breath in anticipation of a complicated dialogue ahead.
Your grandfather couldn't be here, so he sent me in his place.
Kevin stayed sitting on the couch as his father's brother stepped forward and gave him an awkward hug.
It's good to see you, nephew. You look very different than you did the last time we spoke. If anything, I would say that you look like you've been enjoying your freedom. This sabbatical has done wonders for you.
Kevin scoffs as he hears that. He rolls his eyes.
Are we calling me being kicked out of the family a sabbatical now?
Kevin, I want you to know that I never meant for that to happen. It was just an unfortunate...
I'm not here to argue about the past, so let's just get straight to the point. How much money does the Williams family need?
Always used to being in charge, Uncle Thomas pursed his lips.
Actually, it's not a lot of money.
Kevin raised his eyebrows.
How much is not a lot of money?
$8 billion.
Kevin can't hold back his laughter.
8 billion isn't a lot of money? You kicked me out of the family for investing a lot less than that.
Well, we were wrong. It turns out that your bad investment is the only thing that can save our family dynasty. So, what do you say? Can we borrow $8 billion?
Uncle, I suddenly remembered that I have something very important to do. Don't worry, I'll see myself out.
Uncle Thomas quickly stopped him.
If you don't give us the $8 billion, the Williams family legacy will be destroyed. Kevin, please, I'm begging you. You're the only one who can save the family empire. I've already asked my men to complete the 2 requests that you
his family and rode to the fanciest hotel in Chicago, the Rose Hotel. After parking his motorbike outside the lobby, Kevin quickly fixed his windswept hair and stepped down onto the pavement.
Kevin, is that you?
A handsome man calls out from a parked Mercedes-Benz S32. The man sticks his head out of his car window and flashes a $1 million smile at Kevin. The moment Kevin sees him, his eyes fill with surprise.
Tucker, look at you! You haven't aged a day. Something tells me that you're still just as popular as you always were.
Let's just say I'm a lucky guy.
Glad to hear. That's a nice car you've got there.
Tucker looks at Kevin's motorbike.
And you're still as eccentric as ever. Did you really ride that here?
Yes, it was one of the first things that I bought with my own money. Earning something feels different than being handed it.
Tucker pauses and shrugs his shoulders.
Cool story, bro. What do you say? Should we head in and see who's aged beautifully and who's aged poorly?
As soon as Kevin and Tucker enter the ballroom, everyone turns to greet them.
Tucker, it's so good to see you.
Tucker waves back.
And look who I brought with me. Little Kevin is all grown up.
The man waves to Kevin and then whispers to another student.
Kevin was always a bit of an outsider back in high school, but now he is hanging out with someone as cool as Tucker. Maybe there's more to Kevin than meets the eye.
I think you're right.
Looking around the room, Kevin thinks to himself.
Wow, I'm the most underdressed person here. I like being underestimated.
With a big smile, Kevin turns to his right.
Hey, Tucker, I'm gonna go grab a seat. Let's catch up more later.
Sure thing, dude.
Sitting at an empty table, Kevin is happy to have a little space. It has been a while since he has seen everyone, and it's nice to be able to sit back and take everything in. Kevin gasps when he sees his former classmate, Brittany, enter the room.
Wow, she looks stunning. I'm not surprised though. Brittany was the most popular girl in high school. I figured she would have left Chicago by now.
Just as Kevin lifts his hand to wave to Brittany, Tucker quickly jumps in front of him.
Hey, Britt! Did you forget about me?
Brittany walks over with an all-knowing smile on her face.
Tucker, you haven't changed one bit.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Brittany tilts her head to the side and laughs.
We did date on and off throughout high school, so it can't be too bad.
You're right, Britt. We had some good times back in the day. But look at you now. You look amazing. What are you up to?
Brittany bites her bottom lip.
Well, I know it's a bit cliche, but I'm about to sign with an agency.
No shit! You're really doing it!
Brittany's cheeks turn red.
Well, I'm trying to. I haven't signed anything yet, but it's looking good.
You were always meant for bigger things, Britt. To think, I'll be able to say I knew her when.
Suddenly, a group of girls sits down at the table with Kevin. One of the girls turns to the other and whispers,
I heard that Brittany is about to become a superstar. She's too sweet to ever brag about it, but Brittany is going to sign with Williams Media next week.
No way. Williams Media is the biggest media company in America. If Brittany signs with them, then she'll be famous before we know it.
I'm going to ask Brittany for an autograph.
Good idea. It might be worth something one day.
Hey, Brittany, can we get your autograph?
The three girls harmonize as they step in between Brittany and Tucker. Seeing Brittany handle them with grace and humility, Kevin smiles to himself.
Good for Brittany. I'm so glad that she's still pursuing her dream. And if she really is signing with Williams Media, then I should get to know her a little better. After all, as of tomorrow, I will be the official owner of Williams Media. This will be a good chance for me to familiarize myself with my clients.
Just then, Brittany and Tucker come and sit down at the table with Kevin. Turning to his right, Kevin gasps to himself.
Just my luck. Brittany sat down right next to me. Something tells me that I am going to love running Williams Media. I'll finally have a chance to create my own empire.
Looking into Brittany's beautiful almond-shaped eyes, Kevin smiles to himself.
But first things first, I need to go talk to my newest client.
Kevin feels a little excited at the idea of running Williams Media and talking to Brittany, who will be his newest client. However, just as his butt touches the chair, Brittany looks at him indifferently.
Sorry, I'm saving the seat for Jessica.
Huh? I thought Jessica was sitting over there.
Kevin points at a voluptuous woman who is at least 7 or 8 seats away from them. His face is filled with confusion. Brittany frowns and looks very unhappy. She raises her hand to cover her nose.
You seem to have a strange smell. I feel uncomfortable. So can I trouble you to change seats?
Kevin is stunned. He raises his arm to sniff. It doesn't smell. He had just changed into clean clothes before he went out. This woman must have a problem with her nose.
Kevin, you haven't taken a shower for a few days, have you?
Come on, I'll change seats with you, Kevin. Don't make Beauty Brett so sick that she can't eat.
Kevin wants to argue, but at that moment, his old friend Zach walks over and urges Kevin to get up. They find a corner and sit down together.
Look, Kevin, Brittany is not a woman we can get close to. You are asking for trouble. Come on, we haven't seen each other for a long time. Let's have a drink.
Kevin looks at Brittany, who is talking and laughing with Tucker. He shakes his head and sneers. He picks up the glass and clinks it with Zach. The two of them drink as if there is no one else around. Zach might be the only one among the group of old classmates who treats him sincerely. When Zach was bullied in school, Kevin had helped him with his fights in the past. As the drinks begin to flow, the guests suggest that they all should play music, dance together, and play a game or something. Most people remember that Brittany has been a fabulous dancer since primary school. So they start to cheer her on and let the future big star put on a show for everyone. Buzzed off the drinks, Brittany's beautiful face is flushed, which adds to the already intoxicating atmosphere of the reunion. Unable to resist the unanimous request of her classmates, Brittany gets up and walks to the middle of the private ballroom, dancing slowly along with the music. Her bright, misty eyes sweep across everyone who is there. Her slender waist moves quickly, then more slowly, her entire body dancing like softly flowing water. It is particularly charming. All the male students are entranced, and some have already unconsciously gasped in wonder. Stunning! She is too beautiful. Brittany is even more attractive than she was back in school. The gathering finally ends as evening falls. Because the class president and teacher are busy today and are unable to attend, everyone gets together and arranges to meet again in the future. When Brittany is about to leave, several male classmates rush to say goodbye and offer rides in their fancy cars. In the end, Brittany says that she already has a car, and the driver is already waiting outside. So everyone watches Brittany get into the latest Maserati and speed away. The guys who are still fighting over the chance to see Brittany off are all left with embarrassed expressions on their faces. Zach sees the Maserati turn around and cannot help but whisper in Kevin's ear,
Brittany is so beautiful. I would give up 5 years of my life just to sleep with her once.
Kevin smiles helplessly. Just as he is about to say something, the phone in his pocket suddenly rings. Everyone within earshot immediately looks at Kevin. What year is this? Why does he still use such an old-fashioned song as a ringtone? Lily looks at the gift box in her hand and finally decides to open The same moment, Kevin is trying to figure out what to do about his clothes. He goes to the mall and walks around. Most of the suits aren't his style. Maybe it's because they are all off the rack and not tailored. He feels that none of the suits fit him very well. Finally, his solution is to call the personal secretary that Uncle Thomas has arranged for him that afternoon. She is very efficient. In less than half an hour, she needs someone to make a simple handmade, tailor-made suit and has it sent to Kevin. With Kevin driving, the three of them soon arrive at the Jones family's mansion. By now, there are dozens of cars parked outside the mansion. At a glance, there are all makes and models of high-end cars. It's like a luxury car show. Dorothy is wearing a long peacock green dress with an apricot-colored cape. She looks very sexy and elegant as she walks. Her clear, smooth face looks radiant as she walks with her daughter Lily. You can't tell at all that they are mother and daughter. Instead, they look more like sisters. When the two of them walk into the Jones family's hall, they instantly attract everyone's attention. Many relatives and friends who know Dorothy and her daughter step up to greet the two of them. Kevin, who is following behind them, is ignored by most people, as usual. However, there are some people who like to pay more attention to Kevin. For example, there is Jason. If he doesn't cause trouble for Kevin every time he sees him, it wouldn't be normal.
Hey, is this Kevin?
quickly brushes off his shoulder. It is as if he is afraid that his clothes will be contaminated with some kind of bacteria by Kevin's touch. Kevin doesn't care at all as he puts his hand into his pocket and returns Jason's disgusted gaze. He sneers.
It's only a $20,000 suit. I was afraid that it would soil my hands. My Lily likes to dress casually. However, she really prefers fine jewelry.
After saying this, Kevin pulls a stunned Lily to his side.